A smart hard disk error on startup means that your computer has failed one of the built-in diagnostic features for the drive. On a traditional hard drive, this actually checks a ton of different points, everything from the read and write speed, all the way down to if there's missing sectors, or ones that just can't be accessed. However, on an SSD, it actually all has to do with wear level. See, each SSD's NAND flash is actually only rated for so many reads and writes. And once the drive inside your computer exceeds a certain point, you'll actually start getting these smart disk errors to go ahead and let you know that it needs to be replaced. But on this HP laptop, we can actually check the health if we press F2, which launches the HP Diagnostic tool, where in here, if we go down to Component Test, then down to Storage, Quick Test, Run Once, Test Primary Drive, we'll see that we end up with an immediate failure ID showing that our wear level is at 97% and that we only have a 3% remaining life in that SSD. And typically, anytime you see that wear level past 90%, it's time to replace your drive. So let's go ahead and replace that Samsung 128GB drive with this 1TB drive from Western Digital without our customer losing any data. To do this on this model, it's pretty easy. We just need to go ahead and pop out the battery. Still crazy when you get to do that these days. Then if we undo all the visible screws, slide out the DVD drive, and pulling up the bottom cover reveals that we actually don't have a SATA SSD, or at least not a traditional SATA SSD. We have a SATA M.2 SSD, which means this isn't gonna work. So instead, let's go ahead and install this crucial P3, which will give our customer about 8 times the amount of storage and be about 7 times faster thanks to this being PCIe rather than SATA. So with that installed, let's go ahead and just close up the system, reinstall that battery. Now to get the data actually off this old drive onto the new one that's installed, we can install it into my StarTech M.2 SATA to USB adapter, which we can plug into the computer, along with this flash drive that has a Cronus True Image on it. Which if we boot to, we can go to clone disk, select that old drive as our source, our new NVMe drive as the destination, and Acronis will do all the work to go ahead and take this old drive and create a one-to-one copy onto that brand new NVMe SSD, which means our customer won't have to reinstall Windows, they won't lose any of their files or applications. And just like that, after waiting a couple hours, the clone is now complete, so we can turn off the computer, unplug the old drive along with our boot drive, and turn the system back on, which loads us into an exact copy of our customer's operating system that was on this drive that was failing, with all their apps and files moved over, but this time we have a much faster and larger drive going from 120GB to about 1 TB. So with this drive replacement now complete, let's go ahead and get this laptop back over to our customer.